Okay, good morning. We're starting a new mimer. This mimer is a unique mimer, but that Lein Nema. It says that the Rebbe Rashab wrote it, but he didn't say it. In the past, my mom was Lein Nema. Usually, a mimer it's Lein Nema. It's written in a more different style. It's more help. It's more a little more dense to understand, but we'll try to follow it. ואתם לא מצאו לכם בעיניך, הנה לא זו לכך, למען הם צריכים בעיניך. והמי עבוד ההפך, מצא לכם בעיניך, יפלין אני ועמך, מצא לכם בעיניך. כי מצא לכם בעיניך. So there's in this pasuk, after Chet Egel, Moshe Rabbeinu asked the Eiveshter, Limtze Chen. You should find, the Eiveshter is giving Chen. So that's the meaning of Chen. Chen means the person has a certain, something in this person is, it's not clear. We'll discuss what Chen is. What is the big mile? What is the big advantage in the concept of Chen? Like Sif Sheker Chen. Pasuk says Sheker Chen ve'evel. Okay, obviously, the meaning of Chen. Here we're talking about in a more spiritual sense. What does Chen mean? So jump right into the explanation why Sheker Chen. Well, Chen means somebody is born with Chen. It's not something he earned. It's not something he worked on. A person with Chen. So male, that's his house later with Atzmi. That's he goes right into the Chassidish understanding of the concept of Chen. Chen means also Atzmi. It means but we get Ashpa Milamayla mitzad Atzmi. The Eibishter gives it on his own, not as a result of our own avodah. Yes, Isan God Mashma Mitzad. But there's always there's a check. There is no kind checker because there's advantage always in avoiding which is also the sat, something that comes as a result of our own work from below, the lasat. There, the avodah we gear should nice things hard with us. Main of this name the something that comes as a result of that means a result of our own avodah. That he gets schar, he gets a reward, he gets payment for his avodah. The Rikr is in the name of Chisufa. It's name of Chisufa means it's a concept bread of shame. It's a concept that if you get something for free, so you're ashamed. You feel uncomfortable because you didn't deserve it. You just get it without your own effort. It makes you gives you shame. Chisufa means shame. So that's the reason why Sheker Achein. So that's one my chison and chain. Chain means something that you just have a certain. Exactly, yeah, of course. Yeah, in Tanam. So that's what the Maimon is going to talk about. Moshe Rabbeinu, the pasuk says, "Matzatzachem menach." Moshe Rabbeinu asked for chain. So the question is, the pasuk says sheker chain. So that's what the Maimon is going to discuss. Obviously, after we understand it, that will also answer the question why we say we need chain. So the concept of chain is that chain means it's also sate below so it's a sort of direct a direct flow of energy milamila. So that's number one. For oil, another mile, there's no it's also sata. The avoid nasa clear. If it's a result of avoid all the giluim that are a result of avoid so say a keli to the oil. If it's something that comes from above, so you're not really a keli. The fact that it turns into a keli, turns into the proper vessel to receive the oil, that itself draws the oil. Alkeinu b'chinas oil pnimi. So the oil that's nimshach is oil pnimi. Umisyashiv b'akli. It's a oil pnimi that is settles inside the keli. Means it's a type of amshacha we're talking about Gilel Likus we're talking about Tzachim Bein, the Amshach is Nimshach in a way that the Mekabel is gets the oil is Misyashiv, it's settled in a way that he can digest it. And it breaks it down. There are a few advantages in that level of of Hamshach, it comes to his also Sat. Number one, Aleph, Mashanasa clear oil, let's cover. First of all, even before you get the oil, in order to get the oil to Sat, you have to work. So it don't you polish your own yourself. You clear oil kabel. So that's mile number one. You are clear oil kabel. A base. The advantage number two is that the Hamshach mile because your kale is it means it penetrates you and you internalize it because you can handle it. It's interesting to the difference in base and gimel almost looks the same. The difference is I think that Erpnim is the oil that's nimshal the Erpnim. It's a deeper level of oil, and also nimshal pnimius of the person. Mamash is like a breakdown. Exactly what the mile of social sat. Meaning abchein. What is the concept of chen? She'ein ze shenasa klila. Something chen means not that you are really a keli. I'm shachat maki. Vein mer b'nimius. So it's basically what he says. What is the chen without chen? I'm shachat social sata without chen. That is nimshach and pnimi and a keli. Chen means a maki. Or commission costs, but the bill and sharish. Maybe, maybe. Okay, in a certain sense, maybe. They say a person has chain. I don't know. I don't translate it. It's not clear. It's not clear, but it is part of chain means. I don't know what the proper translation. It's a certain. There's something about the person that that also those people. Al Capone, I'm a shkos babil tzanan do sharish. Something that draws. It's something.
Father got a bracha from the Rebbe.
Yeah.
Following words. Just allemal nesich chen zayin mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
It means people take on to you. Yeah. Yeah. Like yeah. Okay, but that's in the personal. Here, obviously, now Maimer is not talking about the Abish, the way the Abish is mashpia.
There's a famous Gabriel Moshe Chaim.
I'm sorry, what?
Gabriel Moshe Chaim, the famous
Gabriel
Gadol.
famous story of Friedrich Rebbe, Gabriel Neissechain. Maimer goes to Babil Tanaran, Dosh Harishan, and Maimer, because the Torah, in the first Maimer Tanaran, the beer, he discusses the concept. Okay, so we established why sheker achein. Still in the middle of the question. The question was why did Moshe Rabbeinu ask for chein sheker achein? But there's the chison of social stat leila. Why? Because it's only makiv. It's not nimshah bepnimius. Not a kele for it. So why did Moshe Rabbeinu ask chein? Agam sheir abal social leila in years abal sat. He tells us the mirror, the other side. We find the also the Leila is higher than the Be'ez Sata. Why? It's something that you come to you that you achieve to your own inspiration is limited by your own power. You can only get as much as you have the capacity. Okay, Dua that's more in Chassidus in a few places. Mash about so leil so the shtashos. Say the shtashos. The medrash when the Zohar says bisel so sat so leil. Two are sales no matter. You get a sales no matter. That's only the oil say the shtashos. The halos man magia ad chach misharish the shtashos. To the halos man to the social sat can only reach with the oil which is within the shtashos. The chachma. Also leil mit tadatzma im khirash malam shtashos. So that's the other side. There's a mile house leil. What's the mile? Because there are makiv that nimshach mil mile is from above ishtash. Mikol it's still that's not an answer. Mikol makom yesh isoin bem God mashav sata. There is still an advantage in something that comes from your social sata. It's something that you reach to your own effort. No, the other miles bias discussed before the keli. It's an opnimi. Why much goes on Shalom Tereshuvah Pashas Neyah the Shalom in Chelik Tereshuvah Sav Shalom Pashas Neyah he explains She'erich but Zeh Be'efesh Bin Noach LaAvram. She says that's Shalom explains this is the mile of Avam of Noach. Why? The Noach see the Noach Matzachein. Noach Matzachein Ben Hashem. It means Noach got all his high level of spiritual level only Milmayla Mat. Warum Ksiv Asher Salak to the one? Derech Mat Mat. The Mile Yisrael. Interessant. Mashma here that the Shalom himself already talks about the mile of Avodah of a Chen. Umuvan Sham. Okay, then it brings in another point. Umuvan Sham the Moshe Shem Mile Lamata. Einish Nisal. It says Hakash Moshe the Chayim Mile Lamata. Moshe obviously was higher than Noach and Navon. So what's the pshat? It says then Shalom. Another point. Moshe the different thing. Shenisal is a mile which Pim Shem Mile Lamata. Chinas Baila the Matunis. It's talking about Sot Leila, but the Sot Leila came as a result of Nis'ale. He himself was elevated. So it's a different type of discussion. It's not here. Then it brings forward the Gemara. Sanhedrin, the Freshman Dalaf is the Gemara says in Sanhedrin, Sheker Achein Zeh Derech Shel Moshe. Wow, the Derech Shel Moshe is Sheker Achein. Why? He's going to explain later, but basically you can say Derech Shel Moshe. Because in the time of Moshe Rabbeinu, there was so much Geluim, so people, it wasn't, something came from the outside. You were forced, overwhelmed by the Geluim. So that's not real.
So in other words,
They spoke about that hey,
Yeah.
Yefi is the Derech Shel Moshe v'Yeras Hashem. Is our time.
I understand. What?
Because today we don't have any
Yeah, that's what
is and today is Yeras Hashem, he's sorrow because today we don't
is Derech Shel Shmad. Yeah, that's in the Medrash. But now, okay, let's see. So he says number one, he says the Gemara says Sheker Achein Derech Shel Moshe. But Yalkut says Mishle. The pasuk Sheker Achein is Neshes Chayil. It's in the end of Mishle. So the Yalkut says over there, Sheker Achein is the Chayna Shel Noach. Yishiras Hashem Tisal. The Moshe. Punkt verkehrt. Noach versus Moshe. Noach is Sheker Achein, and Moshe is Tisalo. So we have a few sources here. The Marsha answers there. How do you reconcile the Gemara with that Medrash? The Gemara says Sheker, page should base. The Gemara says Sheker Achein the Derech Shel Moshe. The Yalkut says Sheker Achein Noach Moshe is not the Sheker. So the Marsha answers the question. The Shenitna Torah the Derech Shel Moshe os Sheker Achein the Zayim Shenitna B'nei Noach. That is Sheker Achein when it says in Sheker Achein, it doesn't say Sheker Achein is a Moshe. It means a Derech Shel Moshe. The Zayim is B'nei that when the time of Moshe b'yachas the Geluim of Moshe, that's the Zayim is B'nei. That's the Sheker Achein. So we brought a few explanations, few sources that the general point is that Chain, which is also La'ila, is the Chayra Chison. Mas? Huh? Yeah, Marshall. כן, כמובן. השלוש, Marshall מדבר מלמעלה, רק אומר, בין מצוות שמת בין נויח ומתנתר. So what's the answer to the question? You asked the question. The question was, why did Moshe Rabbeinu ask for Chain if it says Sheker Achein? We had all this type, we had the Chassidish explanation why Sheker Achein, the Chison, the Satan. So how do we explain what it says? Moshe Rabbeinu asked, Im Nomatzas Achein. The answer is, general answer is, Prima Shekosa Bebil at Sendo Oreno, now in the Bil, the Maim of Sendo Oreno. But earlier, base Prince also from Tadatzim. So that's the Rebbe always used to talk about it, but here he introduces a new thing. When it says House Leila, there are two levels of Leila go for. Yes, Aleph, Koinu is also the Sat. I know, Shagam Kishaloi, yes, is also Sat the Klan, Yishagam is also Leila Tadatzim. So the Leila, before it's also the Sat. The Rebbe on his own, Kaviochel, gives us inspiration. Every morning, not something comes totally from above. Before any is also Sat. And he brings right away, Shazeu, So Christus bis the Noach, heute kann ich mir when the Eberster told after the map made the Christus bis with Noach, it wasn't a result of Noach's avoid. Okay, Taka said, and we read the Psukim, Taka says, right, Vayor Havai Yisrael Hanichoyach. It was a result of the Korbanos. But generally, okay, there's an explanation of that too. But the general point is that the Christus bis the Noach represents the Social Le'ela, which is Mitzadatzme, unrelated Social Satan. But then there's another level, Social Le'ela, which is above Social Satan, but above Achar. Above Achar, and Nimshal Achar Social Satan. But in other words, there are two stages. First
That's
is Social
Moshe.
Satan. What?
He said before that.
I don't have that much. We'll some, it doesn't say anything. Later, you'll explain that's much. Okay, yeah, but 1 second, we'll get to it. Base, so the second is another level. So we have a social sata, and then it's social leila nimshach day social sata, and then after the regular social leila, then there's a higher level social leila which is above it, but it comes after the social sata. Then it's a base. The social leila I'm sure la'achas social sata shezeh amshach b'chnas atzis himself she'ein the social sata nogas notam klal. It's taka level social leila which is above any social status, any social status, some wow. So status cannot reach there. So that's prince matana in the miles. But Kumoy matana tevesh no that it says in Gemara matana tevesh no Shabbos shmo. Kumoy avodas matana. It says also when you get to Kahuna, avodas matana is kanasa. When Nika matas chinam shalosh lechein. And it's also called matnas chinam. Chinam means only not only free, not chen. But there's a caveat of it. Then nimshal la'achar shleim is also l'satachol. Yeah, Shabbos we could. Below the Namayim. Shabbos says also. Okay, you want to. Yeah, after the Avodah for Shabbos there's the Avodah of Sheish Mechel. There's Shabbos Friday night, which is the Mishator Bar Shabbos for Shabbos. And the second Madrig in Shabbos is Matanim is Milmail. Okay, the Shabbos day is Milmail. So that's the dogma. When you get to matana means something you get unearned. What is it in matana and mecha? Mecha means you pay for something, so you earned it. I gave you the money, so you have to give me the object. Matana means I just gave it to you without you owning it. But still, the Gemara says, you loved not in a way that you earned it, you owed it. I owe you this because you paid me, because you didn't work for me. No, you didn't. I don't owe you, but I do. But still, because it did something that make the Neisna Matana happy, that causes him to give a Matana. Agam shebchinas Matana, it's not a Matana, it's not, but at the same time, it's connected to Daichel Nafsh. Zeu, why is it matana? Because we're talking about am shach, which is like above shach. There's a say okay, it takes a step back. The first level is also leila, which is not sata that every person gets, like the marshal. What's the marshal? And matana teva stam the gives us the first is also leila. That is there in Shabbos the Prince Maki. That's the Madriga for Maki, which is Chitzonius of the Erin Sof. We do the Maki, Kelim. Maki in general is a Madriga which is above Kelim, above the Makabel, but Mela Gam Shlesh Sat. The Nimsha Gam Shlesh Sat. So Mela Nimsha not as a result of Sat. It's I'm Shachab Mila Mitadat. So this level of Gilut, this level of which is Chain, but that is a Chain that comes that is called, that's Makim, it's called Shekach. What is the meaning of Shekach? Shekach means, it doesn't explain at this point, but Shekach means that it doesn't penetrate you. You're not really connected. It doesn't stay with you. The second is also Leila. which is also mitzad atzma. The second level is leila. That comes from a deeper, from a higher level. That's from an inner directed earth. Okay, nagam shel del maila. So again, see, he goes back and forth to make the point. And there's a certain level that's also leila. That's the level is nimshach after the first stage, after the social sat, and the social leila shal yedei social sat, which is from a lower madrig. Then after that, then you reach the social leila shal maila me social sat. זהו, בעניין פיסחה לקחות של מחט, ואני אתכן כפיסחה של אולם. פיסחה לקחות של מחט, you open only לקחות של מחט. You open only an opening which is as like a eye of a needle. Not that, like a needle. But אני אתכן פיסחה של אולם, so מלמעלה there's המשכה which is שלא בערך. But the המשכה של בערך is totally in the פיסחה לקחות של מחט. There has to be the associated pattern. Because of Sham, this concept is explained in that biur of Tzanaren and Torah, and also by biur that is Shein, also the Mamorim Shashir. There, the Meisha. So that is the meaning of the Chain of Meisha that our Maimah started. But which Chain is that? That's the Chain. So that answered the question. Why? That first question of the Maimah. Why did it say? But as a chain the answer is a different level of chain. Chain means social leil. Chain means something that you get. Regular chain. A person is born with chain or without chain. It's not something that comes as a result of his hard work. So the male it says that there is a level. It's called sheker chain, which is a result, which is the amshacha, which is makif. And then there's a chain, and the chain we're talking about here, pnimi. So now he explains it more practically. He says, so that's really the split. But it says that's called Moshe before Matan Torah. Yeah. Good. Aval Matan Torah. Okay. So now we finish this. Finish one. I said beginning before we started this Maimah that said loy nema. The Rebbe Rashab heard it and didn't say it. So usually, if you follow, we had a lot of Maimah like that. The style of the Maimah is different a little. It's written more like shtickle pilpul. The style is a little different. It's sometimes harder to follow. Also, he copies a lot. A little different. Okay. Not a hamshach. What? Yeah, but הוא יותר מסודר אולי, אבל מצד שני, הסגנון קצת יותר קשה. זה יותר, לא כמו קולומדס, כי יש לי השערה, זה השערה שלי, במאמרים שנאמר, הרב היה קורא את האנוכה, וכשכתב על האנוכה גם לפניו. כשמדברים בצורה יותר שוטפת, לא תמיד, לא תמיד, לפני זה. הסגנון, במאמר שנאמר, הסגנון יותר שוטף. במאמר שכתב, אתה תראה פלפול, כמו כזה ושלוק, אני רואה קצת שינוי. אולי לא, זה סתם השערה שלי. מה, חלק ג' מאוד קשה. חלק ג' שלא נאמר? לא למדתם ג', זה הרבה יותר דחוס, הרבה יותר. אוקיי, הכל יחסי. Depends. He says there are two levels in Chain of Moshe. There's the Chain of Moshe before Matan Torah.
The other saying Shaloi Nama.
Yeah, in Deireh Shel Moshe, not Moshe. What? Deireh doesn't say Moshe. Deireh Shel Moshe. I'm sorry. What?
Where's it saying Shaloi Nama?
Look in the beginning of the Mafteach. Mafteach page. What's the page? Page 12. Look at page 12. The Mafteach. V'atem namatzotzi loy ne'emar. Okay. The Rebbe Rashab himself wrote the words loy ne'emar. Anyway, so now he finished one point. Now he's getting more into the next level of explaining the whole concept.
Once again, in a practical sense,
yeah.
I know he's not saying that now, but I'm just so I can understand.
Right.
What is the practical difference if it's coming in a consensus of nimis l'chein? Like in a mushal, like if you're giving a mushal, like what does it mean? Like over here, like you're saying over here by Nayach, let's say by Moshe. That's coming to it's sheker, it's both sheker, like right?
No, we're not
he's not saying it's both sheker, but it's both not him. It's not Avodah, it's coming from Milo. But one, it's coming b'derech b'meila, it's on its own, and one he had to do something with it.
Right.
He didn't Avodah for it. So he's more ready for it, right?
Right.
He's more ready. So in other words, it's matching to what he's doing. It's maybe exponential, but it's exponential to his Avodah.
Okay.
Right? That's what I understood.
Yeah, the higher level of chayin. That more you're more capable of nimis, right?
But the higher level of chayin is because it's more matching to his Avodah.
Not because the two parts. First of all, it comes from a higher place, and it reaches him deeper.
Why does it reach him deeper?
Because it's
more
ready.
Matching to what
right.
So he's more of a kid.
Right.
So Mashenkin before, it's not about him; it's about the Ashpa. Right, the first one. It's about the Ashpa, so it's not him. So that's why you call it sheker.
Right.
And the other way, it's not really sheker. It's just that it's coming from Milo, and that's why in some way you can say that it's still not his Avodah because it's not him. That's what he's saying over here. Why is it called sheker? He's giving me a stira that in the place you say about Nech, that what is sheker? It's matana. In other words, it's not your Avodah.
Yeah, but the matana gufa, there are two types of matana. There's a matana that comes me'atzmai, and the matana that comes as a result of something.
Of your Avodah. Okay, I'm just trying to understand, like, to negate to Makabel, what is the difference?
When you get to Makabel, it's a major difference.
What?
Because he's not becoming a different person. He just has it's something external to him. He doesn't become a different person.
And the second way he is.
Yeah.
Because it's because of him. Okay.
Yeah, but now he's going to go take us to a different place. Talk in a deeper level. Okay, after we established that Moshe had Chain, there's a mile, like it says, now to understand what is the deeper meaning of it. To do me that, it says the Lashon. Give me the Chumash. So the Lashon says, it doesn't just say Chain. There's also the Lashon. The Moshe Rabbeinu tells the Eibush that he means panecha oilchim al talenim. If your panecha, your face. Here it is. Okay. What it says like this. That's malach. No, that's the matril achar kach malach. Moshe Hashem. At im no matzah sechem beinecha. That's amayim. The ene nazachecha. Ve'edach laman emtza chen beinecha. Va'im panei leichu. When you see loch, vayim Allah, main panecha yochem alt aleinu mizeh, b'amoy vad eifa. Matzah sechein beinecha, ale b'lech tzman liflina ani v'am. This pasuk, it's a few pasukim here. So basically, the sounds. That's the general point. That the chein is a result of panecha ilchi, right? Main panecha yochem alt aleinu mizeh. The chein is connected to panim. That's what it's going to put. Yuvam ma'abakoshel. Inin achein ha'meish yuvam ma'abakoshel shalei shamay main panecha ilchi. Like now, it's a very funny pasuk. Pasuk says, "Vayom Reibish told Moshe Rabbeinu, Panay Elechu, I will my panay will come." So what's Moshe Rabbeinu ain't panay Chayilchim? So why does Moshe argue back? He ain't panay Chayilchim. So we have to first understand the pasuk. So he's going to get the Kabbalah explanation. You know the pirush Panay Elechu. Okay, so that's pirush Panay Elechu. Einer midas malchus da tzilus. Panay lecha means panay is maramas of the fact it's going to shoch of malchus da tzilus. Shenika panay because malchus da tzilus is called panay. Meshakosov that says in the Rus, the Gilas Rus was zois lefonim beisoil. Zois apinas malchus. Zois bechlal is malchus. Ze and zois is zon malchus. The pasuk says was zois lefonim beisoil. So the Rema says that zois apinas malchus apinas lefonim shebeisol. Ponim means the inner part of his soul, the ponim his soul. So ponai is also malchus, but he's gonna get a very long discussion. He's gonna come back to it. But so he explains. Okay, so he has there or not. Every Eid has a godly spark that comes from Malchus. And this is the reason why Malchus is called Eimatato. It's like the mother. Mother means the mother is the one that gives birth to this, that the mother gives her part into you. יש לומר, זהו, כמו שכתוב בעץ חיים שדור שביע פרק ג'. So this, what is the meaning? Every Eid, funny be so. Now it jumps to כל אחד ואחד מיסו. Every Eid has that spark of ניצטוליקי, זהו, מה שכתוב בעץ חיים שדור שביע, זה לשן, כי בין הבירה ובין הניברו, between the בירה והניברו, הבחינה כלרס הרוחניס, יש בבחינה באמצע. There's a madriga, there is a stage between Beir and Nivo, asher oleh nema bonim atem lavai lekechem, v'akavon, it's all the shenis and Kabbalah. He's copying a shtickle Eitz Chaim. That's things that happen a lot in Mamorim Shalei Nema. He's copying a shtickle Eitz Chaim. What steht in Eitz Chaim? יש בחינה באמצע שלנו, והכוונה כי יש ניצקות מאוד של בחינת הליכוס, יש להם עין בחינת ממש, נמשך מדרגה אחרונה שבבירה, יש להם עין בחינת מערכת אצילות, וזה הניצץ מסלבש בכוח ניצץ איך הניברו, שהוא נשמה דקה מאוד מאוד, very idle level, ובניצץ זה הניברו, אני כיחידה, יש בשורש דלת בחינת הרוחניס, נפש רוח נשמה חיה, עד כאן לשם. So the Eitz Chaim, I think that this shtickle Eitz Chaim is copied in Yonash Teres Achsidus, and talks about Yechida. He copies this, the oath. So, what did the Eitz Chaim say? That every the neshama has, there's Nefesh Ruach neshama, there's the Yechida, and within the Yechida there's a Nitzatz Aliki, which what do you call it? Slavish, Nimshach, Nimshach. נמשך מדרגה אחרונה אני רוצה להגיד, זה מסלבש, נכון, מסלבש בכוח, גם שם, בנושא הסכסידס, כתוב על השנה, מסלבש בכוח, המילה בכוח, לא אף פעם לא הבנתי, מסלבש בכוח ניצץ ניברו. The ניצץ בוירה מסלבש בניצץ ניברו. That's the Indian, that's the concept of, that's higher than Yechida. Yechida is the ניצץ ניברו, the Nitzatz Beira is Mislavish and the Nitzatz Niva, that's the Yechida. And the Yechida is the mark of the other four madrigas. Nefesh Ruach Neshama Chaya.
But this is the Chelek Elokam Iman?
Yeah, that's Chelek Elokam Iman. Yeah.
So Chelek Elokam Iman, so here is saying that the necessary Malchut Asilut is not, so it's when it says Mamosh, so this is the Malchut Asilut is not Asmuter, so whatever it is, not higher than Malchut Asilut.
Yeah, we spoke about it a lot of times. That it says that Chatanya, it says in Johnny Chelek Mamash. So when it says Chelek Mamash, the pshat is the way it says in Eitz Chaim that it's the Nitzatz Beira from Malchus Datzilus. Malchus Datzilus is a likus. Datzilus Mamash. Now later in Chassidus, when you break it down more, there's higher madrigas than that. But the general pshat is Chelek Mamash. Like it says in Tanya Taki, if you look in Tanya Perik Beis, it says right away it says Nimshach Mechachmasei Machshavtei. So that's part of Atzilus. So okay, so that's step one. So we started discussing the Indian from Ponai. Ponai means that Nitzatz Beira. That's Ponai. Ponai means the inner part which dwells in the Yechida. Zek this is a Medrash Rabba, so that relates that shtickle Eitz Chaim relates to the famous Medrash Rabba. Chamisha Shemes Nikol Nefesh Ruach Neshama Chaya Yechida. Ari Nefesh Atzmo Milomayim Chines Yechida. See, that's something the Rebbe always said. Nefesh Nikol Lo. The Nefesh has 5 names. The Nefesh itself is above the 5 names. There's the Etzema Nefesh. What does it mean? A Nefesh Atzma Chines. Wie Chines Anitzitz Kotten Zepris Etzema Lekusha B'Neshama. The Etzema Leki. The Nitzatz Beira, that's the Nefesh. That's Pshat. The Chamesh Hashem Nikola, these are the 5 names, the 5 modes of expression of the Nefesh. The Nefesh itself, that's the Nitzatz Beira. Yeah. No, that's Malchut Datzilus. This point is Malchut Datzilus. Okay, 1 second. We're not done yet. He's going to go a little discussion. Inyan Hu. So he's going to break it down even more. The Ine B'Shara Gedushal Rachav Zel Shem. It says in Rachav Zal Chelagim Shar Beis Kosaf, the Shar Gdosh Rachav, which is also the same sefer that Alter brings in Tanya. So what does it say there? Yesh oid oir anikom mechza v'neshamis. There's an oir which is called the quarry, where the neshamis come from. The shama mebriya v'chaya me'atzilus v'yechida me'ag atkan l'shein. Okay, so we have another language here. In Etzchaim it says malchus da atzilus nitzitz bayr. Now in Shar Gdosh L'Rachav he has another way. I think it's Shar Gdosh. Yeah. So what does he say here? That neshama is in bria, chai is in atzilus, nichid is in at. What is meant? The oil zel ulevush, the oil mechza vasfiris. So that oil, which is the I think the yichida me'ak, that's a levush to a higher level. Al derech mashakosov, it's calls it levush. Al derech mashakosov, like we say in Pasach Eliyahu, levush and tkina slain the minayim pach and ishmasim. The neshama comes from a level of levush. Fizeh, it's a little puzzle here. We have to figure out exactly how everything fits. Because the macha the yichidim b'chinas levush and da'ak. Tzarich loymar, the nitz talikos hamislavish b'yichida b'chinas tachtoina shebayer mechza v'sfiras da'ak. So, in other words, the oil, which is melabas, slovash nechid, is even higher than the yichida, which is higher. In agufa there is the what's it called?
A coating of air that's on the that's coming from Ak.
In agufa, the in agufa, they have to. You're going to say in a minute what it means. It's all no language to be using now. Levush in the ak. Levush is a lower level. But it didn't bring earlier. That's how I say it, because it says there is a levush. That oil of yichid is only levush. So in other words, there's the levush and the oil. There's the oil and ak, and there's the levush and ak. Which because of Etzchaim Sham sheyesh b'chinas neshama b'guf levush ve'eichel. It brings in another language, which is also not common in Chassidus, but in Etzchaim over there he talks that the 4 levels called neshama, guf, levush ve'eichel. It's a marshal from the way it is in the human experience. There's the guf, the neshama, the spirit, the body. Then the body as clothing. Ve'echal, then there's a house. So it's like it gets further away, right? So he says the 4 levels. The neshama v'guf da'ak. And then he says like this: neshama v'guf da'ak zepchnes eres akenim da'ak. Ve'chnes asfiras da'ak. Ve'chnes levushim da'ak shasfiras and slapshim. The levushim is a lower level. Within Agufa, there's Eres and Kenim and Levushim. Levushim is a lower level within Ak. Kamayk and the Neshama, the Neshama should b'chinas Niva, b'chinas Levushim da'ak. The Madrig is Yechida of the Neshama, which is the Niva. Neshama becomes a separate being that's Levushim da'ak. And it is the Kushim Neshama b'chinas Tachtaina the Sphere da'ak. Because there b'chinas Chitzain Yisad. So it's still Chitzain Yisad. So that is the Nitzes Beir L'chayr.
We said we start off with
Malchus, right? Yeah, but now he's gonna reconcile it eventually. But at this point, he brings in another Lashon Kabbalah. I'm sorry, what was the question?
question. In other words, what's he trying to say? Now I understand Malchus Hatzilus. That's the now he's saying it's not. It's Levushim of Ak.
Not. So there's a source in a higher stage. It's not.
So the higher stage is saying that what the Yichidish B'nefesh is Levushim Dak.
Yeah. That's what it says. This is exactly what it says. The Lashon in the book from Shar Gdomen. The oil of Vush, Yichida Me'ak. It said, Neshami B'ri Chaim, it's Yira Me'ak. It's a Levush, okay. But that's Chitzay Nisak. Kedosh, the Ak, Oil, Ishtashel, Zepnis Chitzay Nisak.
Malchus Hatzilus is the lowest level in Hatzilus anyway. So it's like
Yeah, very low. Kedosh, the Zesh, Ak, Oil, Ishtashel, Zepnis Chitzay Nisak. When we say that Ak, Adam Kadmon, is the source of Ishtashel, that only applies to Chitzay Nisak. אם שקוץ ביצחיים שם בבייז מדרגת סייל, אין מבחינת תחתינה שבניברו, שבבויר, מבחינת ראשון שבניברו, כאילו סקל רוחניס, מבחינת עתיק וערך. So it goes back to the original Yitzchaim. He reconcile these 2 madregas, the boyer and nitzitz boyer and the nivro. That is really, it's called atik and arich. מבחינת חיינה שבבויר, מבחינת ראשון שבניברו, כאילו סקל רוחניס, מבחינת atik v'arich. We all know from other places that the two madrigas in Kesser, Atik and Arich. Arich means the beginning of Shtarshalos, the beginning of Nivoim, Koil Shtarshalos, what the Lashon here? Yeah, Koil Ruchnius. Atik is Netak. Atik is the madriga of Shebekesser, Pnimis HaKesser, which is separated. When the screen is Chitzonius Ak, Koil Shtarshalos, Epnis Arich, the Chloros Islands. Chitzonius Ak, relative in when it gets in Chloros Islands, that's called madriga of Arich, because of Mishal Chassidim. אם כן, צריך לומר, היחידה שזהו כערך פינס ארך, פינס חיצוני זק, ונצא לקוז, ולמעלה מזה. Still didn't finish. But now
So what is the master of spheroids? Master of spheroids are higher than
Master of spheroids, that is it. Master of spheroids, that's the pneumius. There's the levush and the oyer master of spheroids. Oyer master of spheroids is the pneumius ak, which is the atik shebe'ak, and the levush is the arich shebe'ak, according to this language.
So the spheres are higher?
What? Yeah.
The spheres are higher?
Yeah, the spheres are higher. Yeah. There's the spheres. Yeah. The spheres are higher. We need to okay. So again, going back to the language where it's in the Shama, there's the Yechida Sheb in the Shama, there's the Nitzal Likus Sheb in the Shama. Yechida in the Shama, that's Arich, that's Chitzonius. The Nitzal Likus and the Mailam is that's Pnimis. So at this point, so that's what he finished discussing. So again, so he doesn't develop it clearly. I guess so that's a deeper view of the Indian of this Lafanim Beisol. This Lafanim Beisol means the soul have within them Machas that Silas, but really in a deeper level, they have within them the Pnimius Ak. Pnimius Ak, which is the Atik Shabak, is the Nitzitz Beire, which is in the Nitzitz Niva of the Yechida, which is in the Levushim of Ak. Olamat Bird זה עדיין. לא, נראה, בהמשך העניין. לא, זה מה שאני אומר. לכן אמרתי לך, זה סגנון מאוד, לא סגנון של דיבור, זה סגנון של... והנה, אוקיי, לא מגיעים weiter. והנה מה שקוץ...
The neshama is the nitzitz beire or the nitzitz niva?
So according to what they understand, what it says here, the etzem neshama is the nitzitz beire, and the madrigas of the neshama, that's the nitzitz niva. That's what Mashmeir said earlier. That's what Mashmeir when he said... and he look, it said, "An nefesh atzma l'maylam p'nis chida v'yi p'nis anitzat kos v'zeh p'nis atzma l'kusha b'neshama." So neshama atzma, according to that, that's the nitzat beire, right? That's mashma here. Okay.
The Yechida is like a levush, nitzitz niva.
Yes, exactly. The Yechida is the nitzat niva, but it said about earlier on the top of the page. זה הניצץ מסלבש בכוח ניצץ אחד ניבו. בניצץ הניבו, יחידה, ניצץ ניבו, that's יחידה. The ניצץ הליקי, that's the עצם הנפש. That's משמע here.
So what is neshama dako? Neshama dako b'oid me'oid. What is that?
Yeah, that's the ניצץ, that's the יחידה. That's the יחידה. But that's the language he uses in Yitzchayim. Akoponim weiter. In the Masha Kos of Maimon, he's gonna because right now we're talking about Levush because he bought from Levush. He's gonna go back, but he's gonna talk more further about all this. Everything we spoke about it. He's gonna develop a little more further. I'm again weiter. In the Masha Kos of Maimon, the Pasach Eliyah Levush and the Kinnas line. In the Maim of Pasach Eliyah, it says Levush and Tkinas like the Minai Nafkin Ishmasin and Enosham. We just learned the Shabbos in the Maim of Pasach Eliyah. Over there, in the Maim of Pasach Eliyah of Shabbos, what? No, last Shabbos. Vayero, Pasach Eliyah. So over there, he talks about this lashon. He says that Levush and Tkinas line. He talks about different Levush and Tikkunim. Remember? Tikkunim is for the Atzilus, and Levushim is Biyah. That's what it says in the Maimer in the Maimer in Tereh. So he brings it here. It says Levushim Tkinas, that's a lower level. That's Biyah, which is also Machshava in Nefesh Adam. It's Machshava D'Ramais. For Indian, Why? The levush upon his pashas the levad lo yatzim. Levush, when garment, when someone is covered up with a garment, that the male, you only see the person. You only see his external. Levush is something external, not the person himself. The etzem mehus adov, essence of the person. That's his mehus. Pash the place mitzius levad. Then levush. Another difference between etzem is pash is mehus mitzius. Mehus is what he really is. Mitzius means his being is. You know that he is there, but now what he is. That's written. Zayin levush. So levush means it's only you can only know that he is there, but you cannot know what he is because he's covered up. The levush covers it. Olam sabiyah within olam sabiyah. It says what it is the etzem of the levush. Atzilos k'nas atzim. Atzilos is the madreg of the etzem. The etzem elikus. We do that. Atzilos musag meusa elikus. That's you see. That's the hemshah. That's what we learned in the Ma'amar before. You can remember in the Ma'amar before we learned that concept. Atzilos and biyah. That atzilos is the etzem. Atzilos k'nas atzim. We do it. Atzilos meusa elikus. Biyah k'nas mitzias shas alad. In biyah, what level of elikus can we reach? Can be experience only the low level of ispashtus, mitzias ispashtus. The mash musag belikus, he explains it more. Mash musag belikus, we have what level of godliness do we capture, do we grasp? In biyah can also mean our own life. Rak mitzias belikus, we can only capture the mitzias. Meshakosam kilei rani adam v'choy, loy rani adam v'choy. Afil chayis the rem is impossible. Even the elements beyond the higher elements, which is the element bria, the malachim, they cannot see, which means they cannot grasp and capture the essence. Okay, the email make things a little more complicated. It gets a little, so we have the parenthesis here. The email is the be'emes gam atzil tzaka. Again, we learned that also now. Before. At this point, we speak that it's not tzil and biyah. That biyah is only spashtus, and mitzil is the etzem. Be'emes, be'emes gam atzil tzaka. Relative to the matzil himself, and that tzil is also a horror. Chino adom amaylos. And it says chino adom amaylos, and it goes higher and higher. That tzil is rak p'nes horror. That's why sometimes the oil is also called levushim. Like I just said. The different tikkunim and levushim. Tikkunim is tachshitim. Tachshitim is something that's more actually, and it's higher. It's higher. And levushim is so that's the spheres of Hatzilus called tikkunim, which is tachshitim. The spheres of biyah called levushim, which is more external. But sometimes the spheres of Hatzilus also called levushim. Which goes makamacher. Be'inyan basol levushim esava kashbach baras oilam. The Medrash says. So levushim shezeu k'nesayos datzilus. Because of another pasuk, the oiter kasalma. That the oir is like a salma, it's like a garment. Shegam oir k'nes levush. V'zeinu was the shmei the koyeles spheres. That's why was the shmei that the spheres are called shmei. Shem is also levush. Because of Babir the Moshe Daber, azayin shem is k'nesayos that spheres. Ubeda Shmois, the Pchinas Shmai Agadol, Nikaraza the Shmai, because Atzil Zechlo, the Shramzer Pchinas Shem. Even Raza the Shmai, which is Atzilus, even Atzilus the Chlolos, like we learned in 2 Ma'amorim ago. But Raza the Shmai, which is the Shmai, the oil Shmai Bilvad, that's Atzilus the Chlolos. And some shift not Tzimtzum, even them, Shramzer Pchinas Shem, even them, the oil Shmai, Shem, Shem or Levush, in the Echat K'meshkot Makmach. What name and levush and garment represent the same concept of chitzein? It's something external. It's not the person himself. L'avdol the marshal. When you see, you can see the person himself when he's dressed up, and also the name is something external. Gam pchinas nizgov ba. It's another pshat. שמעת על הפשט הזה פעם? גם פחינת נזגב או רק פחינת שמוי? רק פחינת שם. טענה פשט. I mean, I'm sure it says that. I don't remember. That Nizgav is also Shmoy. To say the Eibishter is high and lofty, that's also only Shmoy. So that's the way it's in the Heimat. So, okay, so all this is part of the question. It was a question. We started the question. We just said it's not Tzilus and Biyah, that the Tzilus is Atzem and Biyah is Lavushim, and Biyah is Chitzenius. Even not Tzilus, even not Tzilus, if not symptoms, also Shmoy. But still, he says, relative, like you say, relatively speaking, within our own system, with the Olamite, I still is Mahus relative to Biyah in our Yachas to our own world, Yachas to our own reality. That Tzilus is Likus, but that B'chol Mokim Likus Ubayr P'nes Atzilus. When he talks, what's a Likus Atzilus? Like in simple terms, say the Eibishter. The Eibishter is that's Chesed, Gemel Chasad. What means Atzilus? So Pashto and say Likus. We're talking about the spheres of Atzilus. Bayr creates Atzilus. In a Tachtene Sheba Bayr, in a Tachtene Sheba Atzilus, B'chol Mokim Sheiduba. So the lowest level of Sheba Bayr, that's not the real. Biyah is Pashto and some Atzilus Likus. All right. מה? אנחנו באמצע פלפול פה, זה באמצע. איפה רוצה להגיע להראות שאיפה נשומס ישראל, the chain of נשומס ישראל, the פנימיוס, כל המטרה של המאמר הזה, זה לבאר את המיילה של נשומס ישראל, לא יודע מה תנתר. Sorry.